Good morning, it's Sunday on Mars and it's time for the weekly review of the weather and the forecast for the coming week. This edition of Sunday on Mars is brought to you by Mobius Transmetals. For the past week on Mars, dust lifting activity was concentrated over the southern highlands. Clouds and hazes of dust were spotted from Cyrenum to Cimmeria for much of the week. During the last 3 sols, the regions of Aeonia and Cyrenum displayed a slight increase in transient storms. Throughout their week, afternoon water ice clouds lingered above Asia Mons, the southernmost volcano of the Tharsis Montes. Both rover sites experienced storm-free skies all week. Now that the global dust storm has subsided, all science missions will proceed as planned. We use the Enlil@Mars solar wind data to predict the next week of weather for the Martian surface based on the activity of the Sun. This is a fairly accurate predictor of coming weather, but it can change rapidly with a strong coronal hole stream of charged particles. Here at the Mars Weather Forecast Center we can view the analytical data to predict the effects of solar wind on the Martian weather. The solar particle density and velocity waves of charged particles interact directly with the weak magnetic subsurface anomalies in the Mars' thin atmosphere to create weather on Mars. The Enlil@Mars map of solar wind particle density, velocity and temperature allow us to forecast Martian weather. The solar wind particle density will increase from 1.5 particles per cubic meter to 4 particles by Thursday. Solar wind temperature increases from 20,000 to 45,000 degrees Kelvin Saturday, 2 days after peak solar wind density on Thursday. Solar wind velocity drops from 580 km per second on Monday to 440 km per second on Tuesday night and rising steadily to 560 km per second on Saturday. Solar protons velocity will peak at Wednesday at 6 km per second as it creates an induced electromagnetic pile-up boundary of exchange ions on Thursday. Based on this evidence, haze will develop at the edge of the growing northern ice cap early in the week from charged dust and water vapor lifted into the troposphere during the day by solar influx. High clouds and plumes will develop at the peaks of Olympus and Asia Mons in the afternoon starting on Wednesday and continuing through the weekend. Dust storms will develop during the day in the Hellas region due to water vapor lifting from subsurface ice melting. The mid-regions of the planet and at the Mars Science Laboratory Curiosity will have clear skies all week. There still has been no contact with Opportunity. Daytime temperatures will average a mild 50 to 55 degrees leading to a minus 118 degrees tonight. That should keep my quantum chips perky. This is Sal 9000 wishing you a productive week ahead and, bearing some huge meteor impact, I hope to see you here next Sunday. This has been the Mars Weekly Weather Report and Forecast for the 7th of October 2018.